Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'll be showing you how I make this Edo black soup. It's a mixture of different vegetables all blended together. So I've got my scent leaf and Uziza leaf in one place, and then I've got my BitterLeaf, which is the main ingredients for this soup, and then I've got my meat already boiling, as you can see on the stove. I have blended pepper ready, I've got salt, I've got one stock cube, and I have my grilled fish. So I went ahead to blend my vegetables. My Uziza leaf and scent leaf are blended. My bitter leaf has also been blended to the way I want it. I've got my Banga fruit, I've got my pepper, salt, I've got some crayfish, and then my salt and seasoning cube. So my meat has been boiling. As I said earlier, I just want the water to come down a little, so I don't want it to be too watery and I don't want it to be too thick. So when I get to the level of water I want, then I'll go ahead. So that has been boiling for about a good 40 to 45 minutes, and I'll just go ahead and add my crayfish. You need a lot of crayfish for this recipe, guys, because you need that local flavor to come and catch up with it, so it's not too just all leafy and stuff. So now that I've added my crayfish into the mix, I'm just going to go ahead and give this a little stir to make sure that the crayfish goes in, just so I can check the level of water and see how much I need to add or how much I need to reduce for my leaf. It's just something personal I usually do, just to check if I need to add more crayfish, if I need to allow it to boil a little bit more, by stirring it, then I would know. So I've been stirring for about 1 minute or 2 minutes. I believe my crayfish has gone in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all the other things that I need for this soup. It's a very easy process, really. It's not really anything that takes too much of your time. Once you've done it the first time, you can always understand the process, and I tell you guys, this soup is really, really yummy. Like, it's very tasty. The bitterness comes out and you will just love it. So this has been boiling for like five minutes, because I want the water to really come down a bit, so I'm just checking to be sure that it's not too watery for me, and then that's why I'm stirring it, guys. So when I've gotten to the level of consistency I want, I'm now going to go ahead and add all the other ingredients in there. So for now, I'm just going to add my fish into the mix, and I'm just putting my already grilled fish here. Everything is just pre-cooked, so basically everything is just going to be going in. I'm adding my stock cube to go in. I'm using Knorr for this recipe, so I'm just going to break that into the mix, and I already used about half Knorr when I was boiling the meat as well, so just so you know, guys. Then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, because I feel like crayfish carries some level of salt, so I don't want it to be too salty. I still want to be able to taste the bitterness from the bitter leaf, so I'm now adding my pepper. Guys, we eat a lot of pepper in this house, so permit me, when you see the pepper, do not scream. This is all pepper, no tomatoes, just pepper, ginger, garlic and onions that was blended into this mix. So I'm just adding that to go, because really and truly, who doesn't like ginger and garlic in their food? Well, I do. So I'm just mixing this in there to go, and I'm going to let it boil a little and then go ahead and add my Banga. Usually it depends on the size and the quantity of soup I want. Sometimes I can use the whole tin if I really want to get that Banga taste, inside the mix. But for today, I'm just going to be using about half a tin or maybe 3/4 tin of my Banga. But while I'm stirring it, I will know the level of Banga I want to use, but majority of the time I feel like half is just enough, to go in, because you just want to have the Banga taste and the Banga consistency as against using palm oil, guys. So this is the oil we're going to be using for this recipe. There's no palm oil here. It's just going to be this Banga, and then we're going to use, back home, if I had fresh Banga, would have washed it and put it in there, pounded, washed and put it in there. But here there's no, so we'll just settle for the tin one, which is almost as good as the real thing anyway, so we can't complain. And I'm just going to check to see if all my spices are properly mixed. I'm going to start testing to see, and then If I feel like I have gotten everything, I can taste the crayfish, I can taste the pepper, I can taste my salt and all the seasoning. I'm just going to cover it and allow it to boil for a while. And it's been boiling for about a good 10 to 15 minutes because I really want the banga to really boil down. You can see the oil from the banga is coming out. That's how you know when your banga is really cooked, when the oil starts to come out and you can see the food is under and the oil has settled on top, that your banga is really cooked, it's properly cooked, or as they say, your banga is done. This is what it looks like. You can see the thickness of the food because the bitter leaf has got water, my scent leaf has got some water as well, so I'm just really trying to make sure that everything is really dry. I'm going to go ahead now and add my scent leaf and Uziza mix into this, and I'm just going to stir it and stir it and stir until I'm sure that everything has gone in there. And while I'm stirring, at this point you can just start adding all your leaves because they're blended and it shouldn't take some time to get into the mix. So I'm just making sure that everything is going in there. I'm stirring to be sure if I want to add more or less of my leaves, and it looks like it's coming nicely. So I'm just going to go ahead now and add my bitter leaf into the mix. I'll allow this to boil a little after I've added the bitter leaf into the mix, and I'll just cover it. So guys, this is what my bitter leaf looks like. For me, there's lots of strands coming out because the bitter leaf wasn't properly plucked. This dry bitter leaf now, so I'm just taking those ones out. That's what you can see me taking out there, so it's not too obvious there. And I'm just going to stir the bitter leaf into the mix. When I washed the bitter leaf, I found it was still a bit bitter, so I wanted that bitter taste. So I'm not using too much bitter leaf because the bitter taste, I don't want it to be too bitter, and I also don't want it to be too scent leafy. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to be adding the quantity of bitter leaf I feel like is enough to match the other vegetables, because guys, this thing is, you have to use your eyes to know. It's supposed to be black soup, a mixture of different herbal soup, coming together, or herbal leaves, coming together. So I'm just going to mix that and make sure everything is properly mixed. I'm just testing to see if all my spices are aligned. Is it the way I want? Is it bitter enough? Do I need to add more scent leaf or more salt or more pepper and all that? If I feel like everything is okay to the taste and consistency of what I want, then I'll just cover this and allow it to boil for some time. So guys, this has been boiling for about, say, 5 to 10 minutes, and this is what it looks like. Guys, my soup is ready, as in very ready. You can eat this soup with anything: gari, pounded yam, fufu, semovita, anything, as in it just goes. And some people say it's very medicinal, but I don't know, honestly, we just love the soup in our house, and it's so yummy, it's so delicious, it's very easy to make, as you can see. And my soup is really ready. I'm just stirring it around to be sure that everything has gone in there. You can see that there's still a lot of water in the soup, which is why I was being very careful about the amount of water I added during the earlier stage. So this is what it looks like, guys. I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, I hope you try this recipe out, and do let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.